Good. War Council has been held. We need to bring in the Space Wolf Bank. I guess I do that by talking to Ulfar. Ulfar is, I think, over here. In the front somewhere. There he is. Find the Pack Brothers of Ulfar.
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
That is true. That is true. Inform Thorvald that he is invited to board the ship.
I thank you, Ed Fatter.
You're more than welcome. 2 of them are coming even. Escape is a little bit clickety-clackety. Thorvald Ironheart is here. Why have you summoned me, Rogue Trader? Speak to me. Know you, Thorvald, whither the path of battle has led my pack, the baleful howl. You haven't lost your pack, have you, Everlost? Why you call Ulfar Everlost? You don't know? I'm not surprised. Brother Ulfar does not care for the moniker. He has had it since his early years at the chapter. When Ulfar underwent his trial of the Cup of Wolfen, it took so much longer than the others. The rune priest gave up for lost. Later, he received the grievous wounds and raids that sent him into stasis sleep for a long time. Anytime we would pay a visit to the baleful howl, we asked, "Where is Brother Ulfar?" And he always was resting. And recently, he went missing altogether. Lost after an attack on Xenos. And forget not to tell of dire curse that of yore was laid upon mighty Ulfar. No good death for him is fated, only to one day be lost, bereft of glory and honor. Halbrand declaims the lines so sonorously and powerful that the bulkhead begins to vibrate. And why cross his path? Let him regale and gladly that proud warrior, Halbrand, Bladderskite, singer of rumors and fine tattler of tall tales, for he has glimpsed no worthy deeds in his short life. I love they're having a, what's it called? Another rap battle, Flighting, I think it's called, back then in the Viking sagas, where they're using rhymes and all kinds of things to insult one another. But you don't have the chance to talk properly at the council. I wanted to meet you. Ha! Of course you do. Who would miss the chance to strike up a friendship with the illustrious leader of the equally illustrious Stonebiters? Go on, Halbrand, recite the saga of my exploits, and make sure to include the landing in the Void Kraken's mouth. This is Halbrand the brave, the most sonorous voice in my pack. Thorvald nods at the tall wolf, who seems to radiate. I think you meant to see Halbrand the braggart, no? For his verses often weave together the truth with his own flights of fancy. Thank you for the correction, Everlost. I reckon we can do without the saga. Are all wolves hostile towards one another, or is this something personal between the two of you? It is only friendly nipping. If there was hatred between us, the walls of this glorious hall would have long since been painted with blood. Such is a warrior's nature, a wolf's nature. And when we meet with strength, we test our teeth on it. But there is a personal side to it as well. The Stormbiters have always tried to best the baleful howl in the glory of their exploits. Tried and failed, for my pack was and remains superior. Speaking of, do you know where Ulfar's pack is? Feasting with the All-Father in the Hall of Heroes, I reckon. With Mjord filling the horns to the brim as valor and loyalty did fill the hearts. Lies! Did you see their bodies? Which of the brothers will allow the truth of these words? Ironhide never lies, and you, Everlost, watch your tongue unless you want my dagger to deliver a penance of eternal silence upon you. No, we did not see their bodies, but we heard their ranting and raving, which can only lead to the jaws of Morkai. I would like to know the details. In a battle in which you, Everlost, Arnulf, and Skjadi were captured by the Xenos, the baleful Howl took prisoners of their own. Under torture, the captive Xenos gave up the star coordinates of where they were to go next. Some important meeting, it seems. The place was far away, deep in the uncharted regions where the servants of the All-Father have never ventured. And your brothers decided to go there. No navigator would dare lead them to those dark places. So your brothers seized a trading boat and voyaged there without the helmsman. So you abandoned them to their grueling march? Lower your hackles. I urged them not to throw away their lives in vain. Nothing but death could await them among those malevolent stars. We all came here to serve the All-Father and repay our blood debt, not to die for naught. Or have you forgotten that, Everlost? Ulfar, what will you do with this knowledge? I will not test our friendship, Edfata. I know that if I call upon you, you go with me in search of my pack. I will be taking you away from important battles and the saving of your home, so I will go alone to seek my brothers. But I will not abandon you in your hour of need. I owe you. When we have defeated your enemies, I will leave you and follow the trail. The trail is bloody and has long since gone cold, brother Ulfar. There is no need to add another body to its tally. As the leader of the Stormbiters, I call you to our pack. Be a brother to us now. Have you lost your mind, Thorvald? Perhaps it is you who have lost your mind, if you are daring to speak so insolently to Ironhide. Thorvald, your associate, too often speak when no one has addressed him. When it concerns wolf matters, Halbrand will speak if he wishes. Do not forget that we are chosen warriors of the All-Father, Rogue Trader. Treat us like servants at your peril. Stop there, Thorvald. This mortal rescued me from captivity and proved his valor. I will not stand here and allow him to be disrespected. So you hold this mortal above your brothers. Being without a pack has turned you feral and stupid, Everlost. Oh boy. Ulfar is right. He's loyal to his brothers. Stay out of wolf business, Rogue Trader. I will not reveal the coordinates of the place to which your brothers traveled. Respect you, Alpha Ulfar. This is an order. You are too quick to call yourself leader, Thorvald. Go and bark commands at your pups. Who are you calling a pup, Everlost? Unlike your pathetic pack, we will soon go into the battle and accomplish great deeds. But you, cowards that you are, want to shirk your duty. Duel! A duel is a fine thing. Quiet, both of you. Have you forgotten where you are? Holmgan can only take place on solid ground, not on a boat. The voids on the warp are treacherous and unfit to host a duel of the worthy. And secondly, I'm your superior, Ulfar, and so I'm not asking you by ordering you to back up your chest beating with deeds. If the baleful Howl Pack is alive, as you say, let it march with the Stormbiters in the assault on Euphrates II. Let it display the valor of all stories tell of. Will you stand alone for all your brothers, or have you gone soft? The wolf leader's tone may be threatening, but you notice a sly glint in his eyes. Ulfar, on the other hand, is growling furiously, with no matching twinkle in his gaze. We'll see about that. I will prove that the Starbiters will never be a match to the baleful Howl. Edfather, I must be at your side when you depart for the assault. Promise that you will grant me this honor. I promise, Ulfar, we will march into battle together. If you prove that your words carry more weight than a battle axe, I will tell you where your brothers went. If you fail, you will submit. Okay. So there is now a bargain going on between those two. I love the whole Viking vibe that they're throwing off. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Good. Let's go land on the planet. Euphrates 2. I'm Toitatis. I'm landing on Euphrates. Begin the scan. Bloop, bloop. The Rogue Trader ship took place in the center of the attack formation. The right flank was guarded by secret combat vessels of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The left by the Boos. The enemy deployed their ships in wide arc and attempting surrounding the squadron, but the Heretics' plan was not meant to be. Thorvald and Opticon 22 sent their detachments forwards, tying up the enemy in combat and presenting the Lord Captain with a chance to deliver a blow to the very heart of the enemy's position, where the flagships of these traders of humanity waited their final hour. That means we have a space battle before we land, I guess. Oh, Mr. Abalance. I wonder if it has something to do with my system, having a 2080 Ti and 64 gigabytes of RAM, that the loading screens are taking so long. I also have it installed on an SSD, so... Oh, wow. A heavy cruiser. Doesn't look healthy to me, but... what type of RAM? Kinokon, welcome in. DDR4. So, all hands on deck. All hands on deck. Let's throw those out. Let's have a vulnerability scan on you as well. Frontal shields up. Good. Good. We tanked the attacks so far. Nice. Very, very nice. Good. Those torpedoes are gone. Postal gun. Can I scan you even further for more vulnerabilities? Oh, I scanned the little one. Oh no! What a shame. One shot from the side. Let's do the Orc Gorore. Moving over here. Get some more shots. Beautiful. It's burning, baby. Moving to the sides. Nice. Those are nice shots. Nice shots. Can all be used in the end phase. I'm in the end phase. Target invalid. Okay, fair enough. Shield to the left, please. Thank you kindly. Wowzer. Flying over. Good. Flying over. Good. Moving in. Boom. No damage? What? What kind of warp anomaly was that? Zow. Go a little bit hard left. Shooting. Still cannot manipulate you. And we're gonna do...
Engage the engines.
We're gonna twist like that. And shoot again. Boom! That was a nice explosion. Here we go. Another 5 has been known to have problems if you have running 4 sticks. What is for you? It could be any number of problems. I have two 32 gigabyte ones. So 2 sticks inside. I had 4 prior, but I upgraded to 2 32 ones. That should be it. That goes poof. We won the battle. Yeah, there we go. Nice trophies, even 100 and something scraps. Our ships are very solid and strong. I didn't get a gun, by the way. Launch the planetary assault. Let's get it going. Yeah. A journal once said that all wars are fundamentally the same. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Grog shit. The general didn't witness the events on the Fratus 2. Rogue Trader von Valensis was the supreme commander in the battle, a man of iron will, unfaltering, unshackable. I served in his personal enforcer of God back then. Most of my comrades didn't get a chance like it. The shuttles would have been blocked out the sun if you could seen it through the smoke of the manufactorum city of Sigma S13. At his heart stood the machine cathedral, our primary objective. The Lord Captain showed us mercy by having the landing zone bombarded from orbit. All the shuttles carrying troops and, more importantly, precious vehicles reached their destination. Daunted by our numbers, the enemy withdrew. That was the perfect moment for a decisive strike. With an armored vehicle force of the size, we had the upper hand. Upon descending from the orbit, Sister Argenta inspired the troops with the very first notes of her prayers. Her singing was the Emperor's voice commanding us to fight without any regard for our own lives. After rousing the soldiers to launch a daring raid, she quickly captured one of the heretics' commanders. That was when we heard a starkly different voice come from the Sister of Battle. Trembling with fury, she personally interrogated the miscreant, pulling one poisoned confession after another. Once she was done, the world was purged with his impure breath, and she was the one wielding the flamer. The sight of that heretic writhing in flames was imprinting upon our memories, shining a light on the cruel darkness of our immediate future like a brilliant beacon. In the command center, the Lord Captain ordered his generals to commence a rapid tank assault in accordance with the military doctrine Armored Wave, devised by Lord Militant Justice Quinn. Our neglectable losses during the landing stage gave us enough armored vehicles for a decisive push against the enemy position. We began our advance. I will never forget the roar of the tank, its threats tearing the heretics' infantry to pieces, accompanied by the shrieks of lasguns and the rumble of heavy artillery. The deafening symphony of war. Nothing could stop us. We marched in the wake of the column of armored beasts, not turning to look at the mushroom clouds climbing over the piles of enemies' bodies and those of our own. We had our orders. Pushing through the ruins of secret workshops, we looked with awe upon machines that, up until that point, had remained forbidden for the eyes of laity. Those were palaces of incredible and frightening technology, wood ship assembly halls, alchemical atriums, secret arsenals, generators producing invisible fields unsettling to the mind, and scriptoriums containing knowledge of horrors best left uncovered. In the chemical chapels, we came upon a shipment of cisterns containing hallucinogenic gas. The tech priest protested that the substance was not designed for warfare, that it was created for higher rituals. But the officers wasted no time pumping our artillery shells full of that gas. At least we reached the gates of Dock Mu 514, the threshold of the metal nightmare that was Manufactorum Sigma S313. However, the initial attempts to storm the dock shattered against the enemy's defenses. Magos Dominus Opticum 22 proposed attack sabotage. He could send small Skitari units behind the enemy lines and have them subdue the spirits of the area's defense system. Thorvald, the fierce leader of the Space Wolves, proposed to send infiltrators beyond the walls to kill enemy officers and weaken the dock's defenses. The Lord Captain ordered the assault force proceed with the tech sabotage. I was part of the escort for one of the tech priest's crew that broke into the dock to carry out the sabotage mission. I have to say, I really love that they're pointing this out from the point of view of somebody taking part in this whole spiel. It's one thing to watch a technoman wave a sensor over a conjugator on a cargo deck, but another to observe secret tech rituals being performed under a hail of bullets and carpet bombing. Their binaric prayers, decryption and litanies, and blessed crypto purification viruses did their work. Every turret in the vicinity instantly turned on the traitors, and the dock filled with gunfire and screams. When silence fell, the gates opened before us. It took many days to break through the mental heart of the Manufactorum. In the third week of the assault, the vanguard was halted and swept away by a salvo of plasma macro cannons, scorning every cannon of secret engineering. The heretic had placed the hull of an unfinished void cruiser on threads several kilometers along. This leviathan of adamantine and plasteel barred our way. Magos insisted that we retake the secret machine, for the vessel had been the making for many decades, and its destruction would have meant a great tragedy of the Imperium. The Lord Captain requires dogmatic fanatic ordered an assault column to be formed from the repentant Manufactorum workers, granting those captives the right to atone for the crime with blood. Jesus. Commanded that the sacred vessel be reclaimed from the enemy's clutches. Having the secret machine in our side could have given our offensive a sizable edge. Our orders were to get the landing force to the cruiser's bridge and escort the engine seers to the main conjugator. Our shuttle used the turret's blind spots to deploy elite troops on board of the cruiser while they were engaged with the shrieking heretics. The engine seers reasoned with the machine spirit of the main conjugator and initiated a blessed purgation protocol on the inner decks. It took us 3 days to drag every last cultist corpse out of the compartment. Slipping on... Oh my goodness gracious, look at that. Wow. Slipping on the pools of blood mixed with secret unguents, we made it to the machine cathedral and gargantuan hall, breathing with the flames of 1,000 furnaces. The last bastion of the enemy's army, that was where I first faced the word bearers, betrayers of humanity, and unworthy sons of the Emperor. What could we, mere humans, possibly do to match their unholy bestial rage? Join in, see extreme dogmatic title. It doesn't pick the fanatic dogmatic choice. I feel like I've been lied to. No. That was tactical there. We are Arbitus. I didn't golden, by the way. The Lord Captain brought the might of the captured explorer cruiser to bear. There's no greater pleasure in war than turning the enemy's own weapon against them. His marines are stronger than any army of ordinary troops, but even they cannot survive a direct hit from a macro cannon. The cruiser's weapon tracked their targets well, and no armor could protect them from the shots like that. The Leviathan's threads rolled over the enemy's defenses, decimating the contemptible world bearers and bringing us great triumph. Nice! We just completely shot them into bits. And thus, when it came, Doomscream, an ancient and bloodthirsty hellbrute, a merciless executioner forged from adamantine and ceramite, that single foe was repelling our assaults one after another, and were turning hundreds of soldiers into a bloody pulp. For as long as that abomination lived, we had no hope of reaching the heart of the enemy's citadel. The dire-eyed Thorvald volunteered to track down and destroy the vile spawn, but fate had other things in store for him and his brothers. The Space Wolf's pack was to be the first to storm the Machine Cathedral, and thus Magos Dominus Opticon assembled a cohort of elite Skitarii and said that he would locate and eliminate Doomstream. The soldiers were whispering that he was willing to activate the so-called Guaranteed Annihilation Protocol, a terrible and ominous rite that is as lethal to the enemy of the Omni-Messiah as it is to his faithful servants. Upon arriving on the front lines, the Lord Captain I could let my retinue hunt down this ancient killing machine. Question the survivors who witnessed the ruin that Doomscreen had wrought. Those lucky enough to have escaped with their lives have little to tell. They remember the terrible howl hanging in the air and the death machine. Let's see if my retinue can deal with it. We failed. The fight was grueling and bloody. Even the Lord Captain retinue could not pierce Doomscreamer's armor. The Lord Captain himself was wounded in battle. It was that moment that Opticon walked onto the battlefield with his escort of elite Skitarii. The Omni-Messiah warriors clung to Doomscream's abominable frame like ants. When the hour was right, the Magos activated the secret atomic charge that was affixed to his body. The force of that explosion tore off and mangled one of Doomscream's pincers, and the ancient heretical machine fled in shame. That was Opticon's feat. At last we reached the Machine Cathedral. We saw a yawning lift shaft left behind by a colossal land-gnawing drill that had burrowed through kilometers into the depths of the planet. There, deep below, lay the last hiding place of the heretics' leader. Hundreds of grenades, accompanied by promises of switch judgments, were hurled into the pit. Such was our righteous anger. The planetary assault was resounding a success. The enemy forces were shattered and broken. A small fraction remained in the Machine Cathedral, but the rest either had been destroyed or were destined to meet the same fate soon. The Lord Captain retinue and the Space Wolf's band delved into the shaft, heading towards the heart of the Machine Cathedral. I guess we're starting now in an injured state because of what happened. I could imagine. The Machine Cathedral. It is just a flesh wound. Jumping on one leg. Ding, ding, ding. Ah, yes. Space wolves. Oh. No voice acting here? Boo. Could have been one cinematic big scenery here. Oh, Kunrad is down there as well. Thorbald announced my arrival. In the name of God Emperor, I'm here as your judge and executioner. What good is the name of a rotting corpse propped upon a golden throne? It carries no fear for the disciples of the true faith. So you are one of those who are so eager to meet me and your own demise? Rejoice, brother Twilight. Today you become the new rogue trader. Yes, master. I will rectify our mistake and reclaim what was stolen. Oh, fanatic. Speak the litany of purification to smooth the profanity of the sorcerer's words. Happy may be the Emperor. Oh? The sacred words sustained by your indomitable faith illuminate the air and send a mighty echo across the room. So great is your strength that the sorcerer's word drown within and the currents of heretical power swirling around the drill begin to stop. Once the final words of the prayer escape your lips, righteous light envelops the drill, washing away unhallowed taints. The sorceress, scorched by the radiance of the Emperor himself, growl in pain and rage. The wolf lets out a chilling howl, and his pack ready their weapons. Let those who blaspheme against the true gods beg forgiveness in vain. Let their lips be sealed, let their hands be severed, let their souls be reaped and scorched. Nice, they're all putting up their heavy bolters. And some melter guns as well. 2 battle wolves. So what's next? A glorious fight awaits. Take heed with the silver-tongued traitor, for he's old, sly, and strong. Have you encountered him before? No, or else his head wouldn't still be attached on his neck. But my pack has heard plenty about his strength and misdoings. One can see the evidence of his malfections all across the Corona's expanse. I will deal with him. You're a brave one, and not easily deterred. Good. Then find a way to reach a tunneling platform. Halbrand, you stick to the original plan. Take 2 brothers and go after Doomscream. Our scouts report he took refuge here in these depths of the cathedral. Good hunting. We won't fail you. Proudly tread the hunter's grim, in chase of beast of steel and blood, fangs bared sharp in thirst of prey, that glory cloak their mighty gait. Doomscream, he hides in this den? Step aside, Halbrand. I will be the one to slay it. I claim this quarry for the baleful howl. If Ulfar kills Doomscream, will that prove that baleful howl lives? If it comes to pass, it will be the first to raise a cup to the proud name of the ferocious pack. Ulfar will set out to hunt the beast. Do you seek to best me hunting, Ulfar Everlost? None are faster or deadlier than the Stormbiters. You will see, young wolf. You will see. Luck be with you, warriors. Haidur Rus, Kormakr. Destroy doom screen. Okay. Oh boy, we all got injured. A baleful scar. Okay. We'll see about it then. In 2025, a Chaos Demon just sounds like Karen. You feel like it sounded like a Karen? Corrupted Skitanius, cultists. Well, they're all falling to their knees. The crowd of heretical fall to their knees. Kormakrtv, conqueror of steel and smiter of true flesh, we initiate the capitulation protocol. Your indestructible legions have annihilated all who dare to stand. We beg for mercy. Showing mercy to the enemies of humanity would be heresy. I sentence them to death. Oh my god. There's a huge blood pile that just there. So, nice plasma pistol. Decent sword. Nothing special over there. There's definitely the Eye of Zinj on the ground again. All over the place. But did we kill everybody in the rooms?
Worlds are of negligible importance due to the level of sacred technology being undeserving of attention. Requesting permission not to disembark upon arrival on other similarly wretched planets.
I too find underdeveloped worlds repulsive, but when duty calls, there's no choice but to go.
True. Listen to him. Listen to him, Pascal.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh boy. So many angles. Ooh, secret door. Hello. Adapters. Oh, a chainsword. Yeah, find a new melee weapon for Ulfar. A lot better. A lot better on all accounts. Yeah. Spam some chainswords in chat. So, more Congo loot. Hello, Z.
Just as I planned.
Main generator sanctum. Huh? Whoa, 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 whoa.
We function as one.
Do some healing, Argenta. Very good. So, what do we have here? Control conjugator. It opened up my area over there. Okay. That leads down below. I wonder if that down below is... Thank you, Golden, for joining in on that. Is where Doomscream is.
This is intriguing.
Nice. That's also one way of dealing with demolitions and whatnot. Jeebus creepers, there's a lot of... Disarm the trap.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
What we got there? Some goggles. 25 all lore skills. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna give that to you, mister. Yeah.
That's
dance.
how it's done.
Some little charge in there. With an athletics check.
Both strong and wise is Ulfar.
And there. What does the corrupted conjugator do? You know enough to determine exactly what happened to the machine. Glitchy projectors. Everything points towards a scrap code infection. Hey, relax. Check for the presence of the data crypts. Extract the data stick. A small device grants access to the conjugator's additional services. Use the logic key. Data stick valuable information. Wake the conjugator. Examine the logs. Break the conjugator. Okay. What the hell is happening here?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Take that. There's a lot of purple stuff going on. The swirling mass on the floor looks fun. We're gonna stay away from that. Tress, how you doing, by the way? Oh, that leveled us up? Nice. Let's do the quick level up then. So... I don't want block. The binding purpose sounds very nice. To be immune of all kinds of things. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains 26 more damage for the next attack on the current combat. Not bad. Oh, mulțumesc. Pillars of Law. I mean, the blockchains I don't like, but the coercion is nice. Upgrade more backpack space. It's not needed in here. We have unlimited backpack space. Rack and Ruin. That is only if we have multiple targets, though. Let's have Pillars of the Law. The 18 coercion boosts our damage. So demolition we can't. So let's preserve coercion even further. There we go. Argenza. Freeze adjacent ally. This orbital deals 13 more damage to enemies. That's not bad at all. Enough bullets for everyone. Ooh, that's nice. Tenderize. Enemies damaged by the soldier's area attack suffer damage from the next attack that hits them. Just 5 though. Shield of Faith. Can give you some protection. Who's our Imperium guy? You. Okay, I'm gonna boost Imperium with you. What if you have a bag of holding and you and I put you in a bag of holding, but you're wild shaped? Still no weight. While the operative's perception bonus is 10 or higher, they gain +1 AP and ignore enemy's deflection. Oh. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is a full wounds, it deals 60% more damage to that enemy. Tactical knowledge requires 3 exploits instead of 4, and increases the operative's damage by an additional 13 once at this threshold. Oh man, there's so many great things. Pascal gains 8 MP the first round of combat. Acceleration protocols. He kind of is low in movement, so I would like to have him a little bit of movement push there. Attack as we can, so we're gonna go for logic with you. When a bag of holding enters another bag of holding, it tears a hole in space and things do not turn out well. Chat is wild theorizing. The first time that momentum reaches 200 during the Psyker's turn, the Psyker gains all characteristics and 1 to all damage until the end of combat. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. When the warrior uses a single shot or a melee attack against a target, the warrior gains armor against meat by that target for 1 turn. Yeah. Whenever the warrior hits one under the endure effect, their damage deflection is increased by 1 till the next turn. Yeah. Living Shield. Enemies suffer 10% penalty to their hit chance with ranged attacks against the warrior for every enemy in a 1 cell radius around the warrior. So if I charge a character, other range attacks do 12% extra damage until the end of combat. Opening strike. Sounds good to me. You, my friends, are getting some warp lore. Because we are sucking immensely on that. The soldier's demolition instead of intelligence used to determine additional damage dealt with ranged area attacks. How high is your demolition? Pretty good. Let's grab that. So... And then we go with athletics. Beautiful. Let's not touch those swirly things on the grounds. That would be great. I'm not sure what happens if we do. Actually, I don't want to know. Or do I want to know?
Keep your wits about you.
There's definitely goods in the middle.
Let's not waste time.
Kormakrtv,
with
you're gonna go in there.
pleasantries.
Ha! Is that a trap? Zinchi, boys! Oh, he's a shield? Pink horse.
Your heresy
What the-
ends here.
We're ambushed. Okay.